Alright, so I don't think people understand about one thing. I'm here to talk about one thing, which is humans. And one thing about them is that people don't understand when people cry or anything else. This is gonna be a rant about what you should do, or maybe this is just for me and my experience. I'm gonna be showing off my cat as I talk about this for something for you to look at. So when people think, oh, when someone's crying, you want to maybe give them space and whatnot, and like people just say it's okay, or some people, which a lot of people say, tough it up. I hear a lot of people say that for some reason. But when someone's crying or like in a bad place, you always want to make them look at the negative. And I'm not saying like, oh yeah, you deserve this or something. I'm saying that you should comfort them and saying like it's a part of life and you need to comfort them and saying everything will get better soon. And what I like to say is that I like to say that it's okay to cry because you get your emotions through. If you don't cry, then you don't get anything out. And I don't know why people say don't cry. Cry. People need to cry. Or encourage them to cry. Makes them feel better. And you also, here's a tip for when people cry or are sad. You go through the 5 senses. Touch. You say look around and what's one thing you can touch? I can touch a blanket. And you can go this way. Any order, and I go, and then you can do, name 2 things you can see. I can see my cat, and I can see my bed sheets. Then, the next one you can do is same on, say forth. Hearing, smelling, and if they can't name it, they can go back to the other ones and do that. It calms them down. And they need them to tell them to breathe and holding them. If they don't like touch, or they don't really feel comfortable with you touching them, just try to do a simple pat on the back, or just try to ask first, because some people don't like that, because some people don't like human contact, or and stuff like that. So you want to make them feel better, give them a pat on the back, nice, simple, nice touching. You can also hold and go into them. And I don't feel like people also know when to talk about their feelings for some reason. People never want to talk about their feelings, especially men. Men don't, in this day of age, even I'm pretty young, but I feel like you should know that people never want to talk about their feelings for some reason. And it's really weird because talking about things make you feel better. Like if you're angry, get that rage out. You should go to a rage room, or maybe hit or yell or scream into like a pillow, like a blanket and a pillow, right? You should always do these things. I never understand why people don't do it. And you can actually find a lot of men that are just depressed like this, and they just never talk about things. So I say, oh, it's part of life, or it's fine. And like, then you have like, women, they do it also really bad. Women always blame like something. They never really take fault. The thing you did to make you cry or something like that, it can also be their fault. So if it's like, say 2 of your friends are fighting, right? You always want to look at both sides and then try to come to terms with it, and then try to make a compromise. And I know this is very corny, and like the stuff you see in school and whatnot. People never take that seriously, but listen to the things that are in school, like those stupid little cuts. I know the animation's bad, and like they show you some really corny things, but it works. It works a lot if you just put it to practice. And I just want to make this rant video because no one ever takes it seriously, and I've helped a lot of people. I feel like they say they're helped, and currently they sound better, and it's good to talk about things, and sometimes you just don't need to talk about it. Talking about it can also bring up a little bad memories, so you want to make sure they're okay with talking about it. And what you could do is you can talk about them slightly, or talk about your own experiences or other things that help, try to get their mind off of it. And anything that kind of can bring it up, maybe you should stay away from, or talk about it very gently to the person, so they don't get stressed or anything else. I'm also using my cat as an example. See how she's very calm? You want to keep the person like this, calm and steady. How she goes and melts into my hand and loves getting scratched. Think of this as the person feeling comfortable with you. I like how my cat's comfortable with me touching her and rubbing her belly. She's perfectly okay and fine with this. Heck, she likes it. You need to find someone that you can talk to if you're feeling this, or if you want to help people, use these things. I know it's hard, I'm probably not doing this good enough, and I guarantee no one's even going to see this, but I feel like people should talk about their feelings more and try to help out more. People always say it's their choices. Sometimes you need to look at other things. You need to like find the source. When someone says, "Oh well, you did this," right? Like I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but you should always like find the source. Like if someone's abused, and you need to find that source, because then sometimes you just blame them. Like, oh, you're always angry, you're always depressed. Like, why do you like this? You need to go back to their source. You need to try to find what made them like this, or maybe they're just like that to be like that. But people need to talk about this, I think, a lot more for some reason. I don't see a lot of videos on people like discussing how to talk to someone like this, and if I do, it's kind of weird and whatnot. I'm just making a full-fledged, no editing. This is not going to be edited or anything. I just want to talk to people about this, and it's overall, I think, going to be great to talk. If you want to like talk to someone and make them feel better, like your friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, I don't care. I feel like you should always try to find a way to talk to them instead of looking at a bad way, because a lot of people don't know how to talk, and then they kind of just assume that the people are bad, or they just give you really bad advice. So I think this would be a great way to find someone, and I'm gonna be making a lot of rant videos on these things I want to discuss, and I'll always be showing off my cat. But yeah, so this is my first rant video, and yeah. This is weird. No one's ever gonna see this, and it's gonna be really cringe, but I think that's what you should do. People don't know how to discuss or talk to people, and then either the person gets mad and relationships get fell out, friendships get destroyed because no one knows how to talk. And this day of age, everyone's on their phone, and no one really cares at this point. But people matter. We're all human at the end of the day, and it's best to live your life how you want, but it's also best to live your life happy. So this is my first rant video. Hope it's good.